Queen Margrethe II smoked like a chimney and went to supermarkets herself. Queen Margrethe is a popular figure in Denmark. As a monarch, she's managed to keep a somewhat normal life. She defied convention by doing her own shopping. For years, Margrethe has been a chain smoker. She would often light a cigarette in public. In 2006, she decided to smoke only in private. In February 2023, she had spinal surgery. She hasn't smoked since. Margrethe doesn't use cell phones and the internet. She says she's very happy without them. She has numerous hobbies. One of her passions is archaeology. Margrethe has taken part in several excavations. She shared this interest with her grandfather, Gustav VI, Adolf of Sweden. In 1962, they unearthed artifacts together near Etruria. Margrethe is also keen on arts and crafts. She created several church textiles with her family. She has designed a chasuble for Fredensborg Palace Church. It was embroidered by her mother, Queen Ingrid. Her sister, Princess Benedicta, applicated the chasuble. Margrethe has a career as an illustrator and designer. Margrethe makes embroideries for her friends and family. She creates patterns herself on graph paper. She has patterns for calendars, cushions, and dinner mats. Her embroideries are featured at the Danish Handcraft Guild. In 2021, her private embroideries were exhibited at Cullinghus Castle. Margrethe also designs her own clothes and evening bags. Her outfits are colorful and sometimes eccentric. Margrethe makes collages for various books and films. Her works reference literature and mythology. The Queen has worked as a screenwriter. She worked on adaptations The Snow Queen and The Wild Swans. Margrethe narrated The Snow Queen. In The Wild Swans, she made an acting cameo. She has also been a set designer for them. Since 2001, she has worked with the Tivoli Ballet Theatre. She became a scenographer and costume designer. Margrethe designed 51 costumes for the 2023 film, Erengard The Art of Seduction. Her 81 collages were the basis for the sets. Her work was nominated for Best Design. Margrethe is an accomplished painter. She has exhibited many of her works over the years. She made illustrations for the Danish edition of The Lord of the Rings. She published them under the pseudonym Gahild Grofmer. Margrethe also sent the illustrations to John Ronald Reuel Tolkien. He was struck by their similarity to his own style. Her drawings were later used for the Folio Society's edition of the book. Margrethe had a close relationship with Queen Elizabeth II. They are said to have used nicknames for each other. Margrethe called Elizabeth Lilibet. Elizabeth used Daisy for Margaret. The flower of the same name is called Marguerite in Denmark. The Queen's shared love for dogs. Margaret's favorite breed is Dachshund. Queen Margrethe ruled for 52 years. She became the longest-serving monarch in Europe. However, she had not been expected to become queen. Danish law didn't allow women to take the throne. The law changed when Margrethe was 13. Many Danes had expected her to rule until her death, but she stepped down from the throne. On the 14th of January 2024,